Thanks everybody for coming. Obviously, this is the Barbara Bain Career Tribute panel, which will be followed by Q&A. And I just have a very short little speech here before we play the video. Barbara Bain's journey began far from Hollywood, rooted in scholarship and dance, disciplines that shaped her artistry and presence. She brought her discipline to the stage, television, and films, where her talent and elegance made her unforgettable. As part of the original Mission Impossible team, she redefined the role of women on television and earned 3 consecutive Emmy Awards, an enduring milestone in TV history. Then, in Space 1999, she embodied Dr. Helena Russell, giving depth, strength, and compassion to a character who proved that even in the vast, unknown depths of the galaxy, humanity matters most. Off-screen, her devotion to children and literacy as the founder of the Book Pals program has left an equally lasting mark, inspiring generations through the simple, profound act of reading to children. Barbara Bain's career is not only measured in awards and roles, but in the lives she's touched, the barriers she's broken, and the inspiration she continues to give us all. Today, we honor her remarkable legacy. Now, sit back, enjoy this special tribute as we celebrate the artistry, the brilliance, and the extraordinary career of Barbara Bain.
And diversions.
Yeah. You said that you don't know what was taken from that filing cabinet. Well, I just thought I'd let you know.
I don't understand.
Well, a friend of mine came into possession of a number of these. They wouldn't be yours by any chance, would they?
Of course not. We don't go in for this sort of thing.
It's odd, isn't it? If you'll notice very carefully on the photograph here, you'll see a tail in the background. Would you like to compare it with that one up on the stand? This picture was taken right here in this joint, and so were all the rest of them.
I know nothing about it. Mr. Coley handled all the photography, and...
He's dead, yeah, I know. There's lots more where that came from. More than enough for evidence.
Evidence of what? That somebody had a racket on the side? What are you going to do, Diggle?
Suppose that it just wasn't on the side. Suppose that I can prove that that was the studio's main source of income.
You might have to prove that.
I was up at the cemetery the other day.
It's sweet, isn't it?
A little overdrawn, but I left you a little bouquet.
My what?
A little bouquet with a Chinese writing on it. Well, you did send it, didn't you?
Not me, pal. Not me.
Okay. Could have sworn that you were the one that was sending him flowers.
I'm sending flowers, honest. I mean, gee, how long do you send flowers?
Well, I have no idea, really. I guess it all depends on the kind of romance you had, the kind of feeling you had.
Some romance.
It was all over the papers every day.
Oh, big deal.
You sound bitter.
The golden lover boy of song never kissed me once. Except for pictures.
He must have been out of his mind.
Thanks, you're cute. Some business, all publicity. Hi, sweetie.
Did you like him as a performer?
Off the record?
I won't quote you, I promise.
Look, I owe a lot to Roy. He was great. Honest. Oh, he was all right. Had one thing missing. For me, you know.
What was that?
He wasn't a pro. You know what I mean?
Not exactly.
He went too far too fast. Look, if a guy pushes hard all the time and fast, it doesn't take a breath even to look around, one day, karoom, goodbye, Charlie. Because real fast, it's too late. And you see, you can't quit.
Can't quit, huh? You know, I still can't believe that you weren't the one sending flowers.
Me send flowers? Huh. Oh, I'd be the biggest phony I know if I did.
No, I don't know. I don't think so, really.
Look, I may be a little phony, sweet, but I'm not the big.
I can scarcely believe it, my darling. A few short hours ago, I was bored and unhappy, and life had no meaning. And then suddenly, as if by magic, you appeared, and I was alive again. And now this, an exotic hotel suite in the most exciting city in the world. A magnificent supper, drinks iced to perfection, and the enchanting prospect of an unforgettable evening with one of the most fascinating minds of our time. Tell me, my sweet, what more could anyone want?
Hey, what's this all about?
Look, we know why you're here. You're not going to get away with it.
Now, June don't mean anything by it, Mr. Marino. It's just that, well, there's been talk.
I'm just here to count the seasonal help. I'd know where you work if I'd seen you around.
I work in Mesa. I came out because I heard you're going to throw my family off the ranch.
I told you why I'm here. Sorry. You haven't got the weight.
Now, June, honey, we don't want any kind of a fuss.
Sorry, there should be audio.
I never did silent pictures.
Is there a way to turn the audio on here?
No, I don't think it's
There,
in
I did do black and white after this one.
I don't think it's in the file. You want me to skin push?
It's short. It's okay.
Lisa. What's going on here? It's Frank. He's dead, Lisa.
I don't believe you.
Sorry, but it's true. He was murdered.
Murdered? No.
Happened right inside there.
No. You didn't do it, did you?
No, he was with me when it happened.
God, thank God.
It's going to be all right, Lisa. It's going to be all right.
That is the good news. In spite of this intense glow, there is no heat, no radiation. Supremium is energy in its purest form. Molecules of light. There is enough energy in this one rock to heat the entire state of Idaho for 2 weeks in the wintertime. Are you for hire?
No, not at the moment.
My money's too dirty?
I've already got a client.
That's right, your friend who was wounded. I am sorry. When you find the murderer, will you kill him, Mr. Hammer?
At least.
Good.
Really?
I wasn't all that close with my husband, Mr. Hammer, but after 30 years of marriage, it's a debt. And I'd like to think it'll be paid.
30 years is a long time.
There's Carol,
Oh, you're a florist.
my daughter.
On your way back to town, will you give Mr. Hammer a lift, Carol?
Of course, Mother.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, you too.
Mrs. Graydon!
I'm sorry to come in so early and without an appointment.
That's quite all right, Mrs. Graydon. Have a seat, please.
I certainly owe both you and your associate an apology. I must have seemed very cold that day I first came to visit you, bargaining for my son's life. My son, he's been kidnapped again.
Mrs. Graydon.
I went to his apartment this morning. We were going to have breakfast, talk, negotiate. I'd say I'm sorry. He would say he was sorry. I'd give him some money. He'd swear he'd never do it again. And that's what we do. When I got there, no Clark.
Maybe we went out to get a paper somewhere.
This was on the kitchen table. Say, don't get the money by noon. They'll kill him.
By noon today? That's less than 2 hours away. Mr. Addison isn't even here.
I will pay you anything you ask, anything. I was able to get to the bank before I came here. I have never been so frightened in my whole life. For this to have happened twice.
Mrs. Graydon, I promise you it'll be fine.
Probably never should have toyed with them the first time.
It'll be fine.
Oh, yes, please. Let's hope so. After what happened this morning, they must know I am alive. The Americans named on the Khrushchev list will not rest until they are certain I am dead.
When we find out who they are, Lee will put them out of business.
I never should have put you in this danger. Even your friend Lee cannot contact you now.
Well, I'll get in contact with him, and we have the list. Just keep thinking how good it is to be free. We're going to be spending the rest of our lives together.
Mother? What?
I think it up topiary. Plant sculpture.
And what's that supposed to be?
I'm not quite sure yet. A variation on Picasso's Guernica, perhaps. Or Henry Moore News. What do you think?
Well, it may not be art, but I know what I like. Hang in there, Mother.
This is Mary's song.
Mary, darling. Congratulations. You're going to make a fortune.
You kill me. First time? Whoa. This guy's gonna blow your mind. First time I was here, I shit in my pants. Very next day.
But sometimes the tension can be so charming.
Tension is a slight understatement. And saying we're jealous of each other would be more accurate.
Perhaps so. As far as Darcy getting Janet's job, this is absurd. I assure you, Janet's position is safer than my own. And my lovely wife owns the station.
But I stay out of most of the day-to-day affairs. Charity keeps me busy. Station amuses Gianni. I love to amuse Gianni. Late. Sunday. Martinis for everyone. One only drinks vodka, neat, frozen, and accompanied by caviar.
Gin, vodka, they're all the same, right?
3 meals a day, afternoon snacks, a bedtime sandwich for 5 people. If your son ever decides to eat, times 2 days equals 50 meals. He does eat. His fridge is on his last leg.
Where I was working, we had a huge chiller, large enough to hold the whole crock. You could do with one of those jobbies. Only set your back a cool 5,000.
$5,000? Dollars? In their right mind to spend $5,000 on a fridge. Your sister has always been a very fuzzy ear. She's still sleeping. She's gonna miss breakfast. She has to eat her breakfast now. She won't have an appetite for lunch.
Pudding.
Pudding? Pudding what?
Work.
Oh, you're gonna be a bum.
I'm serious. I can't do this anymore.
Just exactly what can you do anymore?
Mom, you know.
Oh. You suddenly got scruples.
I've been seeing a shrink.
A shrink?
And don't tell Martha. I want to keep this private. And that goes for Dad, too.
What are you seeing a shrink for? You're not crazy.
I'm stuck. I'm in a rut. I'm asleep on my damn feet.
Now you listen to me. Your father worked hard all his life to make this business. He made it with his hands, on his own. Nobody helped him. And now you want to break his heart. That's the thanks he gets. No, I won't let it happen. No. Give up that mail order nonsense. Fine, but the family business, no. No, not that. Are you getting enough from Martha lately? Don't, for God's sake, me. Men don't get their sex, they get wacky, and you are talking wacky. Yes, we cater to all categories. Oh, yes, please. Hello, Charles, is it? Let me guess, this is your first time. Okay, retired professional, nice looking.
You think so?
Now, what are you looking for?
Would you have dinner with me tonight?
What? No.
No.
No, I don't date.
You run a matchmaking service and you don't date?
I'm old, I'm stubborn, I'm hard of hearing,
And I've got cataracts, a heart condition, 2 replaced hips, and a case of sleep apnea that is so bad I can wake the entire city with my snores.
That's what you say in order to get me to say yes.
I'm just saying. Let's just meet each other where we are, not who we were. Okay. I understand her.
I'm afraid.
You think I'm not?
And now what?
We go one step at a time. Baby steps.
Wednesday.
A man wants a woman to make him a better man.
Really?
Yeah.
We are so lucky, aren't we? Not to be alone. I count my blessings every single day. Oh, David, you're here.
Stand your mom, stand.
Oh, don't be silly, David. And look what we have here, huh? Me. You are the prettiest thing I have ever seen. Ooh, come, give Grandma a big hug. Big hug, yes, come on, more hug, a hug that goes on forever, forever. Okay. Ellie? Why are you here with David? And where's Daniel? Where's your daddy?
That is Daddy, Grandma.
I'm not Dave, Mom. I'm Daniel. Dave's not here.
We brought you flowers, Grandma.
Oh, these are so beautiful. Did you pick them? Did? Well, I'm gonna go put them in the bathtub.
No. Don't worry about it. We'll do that.
Lunch is ready. Come on, Grandma. It's time for lunch.
I've had enough of you too.
Oh,
Okay?
get out of here, would you please?
Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you
Well,
are?
you
To talk about
lazy
me getting
bum.
fired.
You deserve to be fired.
Who the fuck?
You deserve to be
Who the fuck are
fired.
you? To be getting my business and everybody's
get
business,
out.
you stupid old bitch.
Now look, as long as I live here, my business is to get you out. Out!
You are not gonna get me
You
fired.
get fired just for coming in
You are not gonna get me fired for bruising your ugly, wrinkled ass face.
You're
Do you
gonna
hear
get
me?
fired for
You
just
hear me?
coming in here.
Listen to me.
Yes,
listen
I'm
to me.
listening
Better
to
not
you.
tell anyone about this. You think you're better than everybody here?
I'm better than you are.
Still won't shut up. Still won't shut up. That's all I want is for you to shut the fuck up. Sick of women like you're telling your husband what to do, telling me what to do. Maybe this will shut you the fuck up. Maybe this will shut you up. You tell anybody about this? Tell me about this. I'm just gonna come back and do it again. Eve? What is? Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Same great blue eyes. Same icy spirit. I keep thinking he's gonna come running through that door, and when I realize that's never gonna happen again, we just have to go on. I don't know how. I do. Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Lanier, we requested a ground floor room. General. Oh.
Gorgeous performance.
You think so? You should have seen it from those seats.
What is it? What's wrong?
Help me, please. The police. I fear for my life.
In there, quickly. What is it the police want you for?
Deportation. Back to Eastern Europe. If they send me back, they will kill me. Please don't.
Or to discredit you after your nation.
No politics. We agreed, remember?
I mean it. After the conference, I will have to go back home and tell all my journalist comrades the truth about those beautiful but glacial American fashion models.
You can title it the Ice Age in North America.
Exactly. My first victory?
But you didn't win. Hmm? We're playing American rules. 2 out of 3.
You know it's cheating. 2 days now that we've been seeing each other, day and night, and not one simple friendly kiss.
Outrageous.
Here we go. Yes, thank you. Cinnamon, take a look.
Try them on. Get comfortable in them.
With pleasure.
Good morning, Miss Carter. This is Miklos Klar, the head of Cinephone Studios, one of the largest behind the Iron Curtain. Klar has political ambitions, and to further them has turned captured American newsreel footage into an atrocity film, portraying our soldiers as wanton murderers. He's planning to show this to representatives of the world press. If this film is shown, it will seriously damage the United States and our future peace talks. The mission, should it be accepted, would be to stop Klar, and in such a way that he can never repeat this technique. As always, should any of the IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This tape recording will decompose immediately. Good luck.
Now what?
We're gonna take out the graves, thin your eyebrows, and add a little more hair. You'll like it.
You're gonna change his face, or you're gonna give him a beauty treatment?
Both. Shall I fix it?
It's her.
My husband is back. He's in the house.
I was in the kitchen fixing something to eat, and I heard a noise in the living room. I went in there, but there was nothing there. Nothing but cold. It was colder than anything I've ever felt in my whole life.
The terror of confinement. Claustrophobia. That is the key to breaking her.
She has to be broken tonight, before dawn.
We shall see.
my goddess, I'll make you a present of these. My stockings may fall, but I think I can fall, 'cause I heard nobody knocking my knees. I heard nobody knocking my knees.
From Area 2 Monitoring Depot, this is Dr. Russell. Commander Russell, the 9th man died this morning. One moment he was fine. The next he lost all control. Commander! That is not the kind of damage I'm looking for. You knew that that area was suspect. You knew that it had already affected the 2 probe astronauts and the Eagle shuttle pilot in some way. And yet you went right out there yourself. We're looking for answers, Commander, not heroes. Can replace me.
Like Emmy can. Unless this is final. This isn't the time for the noble gesture.
I'm not being noble. If anything, John, it's my life. If it ends here on Alpha or somewhere out in space, what difference can it make?
It makes a difference. To me.
I remember when I was a little girl, I was afraid of the dark. Isn't that funny? And I was afraid of doctors. Raise it 3 points.
That could kill him.
3 points. Day-to-day subsistence. I used to dream about this. John, you've come to join us at last.
Where are the Purians?
They've given us eternal life.
Come. Hey. Sit back.
Okay, John. It's a boy. Mother and son doing just fine. 7 pounds, 11 ounces,
Dark hair, blue eyes. He's beautiful.
We're gonna have to worry about sitting in trams.
Well, we simply exchange one set of problems for another.
It's based on experience and with no help from the clock. Extensive tests take time, John. Look, I think he has been effective. If I'm right, then you've got to be suspect.
I'm
too.
Cavanagh.
Now look, Paul. There have been two constant factors in all the troubles we've been through. One, we've survived them all. Two, John Koenig has been commander throughout.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not behaving like a doctor. I'm sitting down. But it's all right.
Race children. Control of this unit, and I shall determine whether or not my function is obsolete.
Yes, I know.
Is there some reason that you don't want us to stay here? Some basic incompatibility? We could understand. But we're not here by choice. We cannot control the course of our...
I am afraid of death. I don't want your world.
If you bring him back, he will have to face the agony of his own fear.
I want him as he was, with all his faults and fears.
He would destroy us all.
We are what we are. John!
You feeling regret?
No, I'm just curious.
Well, I think I'd rather take my chances wandering through space than be involved in a permanent state of war. Anyway, it's too late now. Monday. What we're talking about is a wave pattern that's created by electrical activity and originates in the most primitive, least understood area of the human brain. Now, we do know that people that have psychic powers possess this wave pattern in greater strength than others, and that something happened in Mateo's experiment which boosted this wave pattern to a previously unknown intensity.
Gwent, your companion is dying. I do not have the medical equipment here. If I could get him back to Alpha.
Enough! Do what I say!
Father Christmas, if you like.
If you like, Doctor, you came to see me. Maybe in a while we'd get around to my sex life.
All right. You seem fairly keen to talk on a wide range of topics.
Hold on. Those skeletons.
Well, they're humanoid. People very much like ourselves. Old show that they died of radiation as long as 25,000 years ago. So the cave could have been their last refuge.
Those inscriptions could be the last message.
A purpose.
And you believe this purpose of yours justifies destroying Alpha?
Look, even if you could survive, Luke, Anna, do you realize what it'll be like? The only living beings on that whole barren planet. You're going to a living hell.
No, Doctor. We are going home.
Moonbase Alpha status report. 342 days after leaving Earth orbit. Dr. Helena Russell recording. We have just survived our second encounter with a space warp. Central computer states that we've been catapulted 6 light years from our previous position. We've had no casualties this time. Our population remains stable at 297. Well, maybe it is better to keep busy. Now don't overdo it, all right? Well, the price is too high.
Our survival.
John, what about the people on Alpha? I'm a doctor, John. I save life for the sake of saving life. John, they're so young. Must you always assume the worst?
Yes. Where the safety of Alpha is concerned.
Then what do we do? Abandon them and watch them die? Maya, you would be the envy of every woman on Earth. To be able to change your hair color at will, the color of your eyes to match your dress, take off a few pounds here, add an inch there, and to change your very form. I bet you have a creepy long story about how this came about, and why you did that to me, and probably, you think I look better that way than the way I did before. Yeah, I bet you can. I'll tell you what. Make me a pretty nose. This is silly. The party isn't until tomorrow night. But it's solid. What do you think? You look marvelous. I wondered, well, your hair, instead of the curls, you once had it kind of twisted around. And I happen to know that Tony liked it that way. Tony, I've been thinking, the only place that John and everybody could be is down on Vega.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to figure out the same thing. They must have transferred everybody down there.
If we're ever going to see them again, we've got to get back there.
How?
The same way we got there in the first place, by wishing it.
Oh, Helen.
Tony, try it. Please. Now don't panic, Helena. I'm at the burn. I've got to conserve oxygen. They can make us hate each other. They think they can make us hate each other. Even kill each other. How about that? Yeah.
Bang, bang, you're dead.
They don't even know how much we enjoy playing these games.
Love it. Well, you better stay away. After the germ-free environment of Alpha, with no resistance, common cold can be as lethal as cholera or black plague.
You're the doctor, Helen.
It's no immediate danger. Developing a pneumonia.
Logan will be recalculating now. We'll be on Earth before it ever gets here.
Are the basis for the Barmycin range of drugs. which were discovered just before we left Earth. Only known cure for viral.
You are the doctor. How many hours?
6, 8. John, if you don't get out of here, we'll be dead too.
Mom. She's delirious. Let's give her some of that.
Mom, John. Mom.
Here, have some of this.
Mom.
Yes.
Don't you think you should have consulted us first? I mean, it's very bad manners, and besides that, it's very bad psychology. We're testing a new heart for you. There's hope, Michelle. There's always hope. When he was having visions about Alpha being destroyed by fire, yes. Now he seems to be in the middle of a heat wave. I don't know, Doctor. What now? Try again. Again. And again. John, if you fire those lasers, power will be diverted from your energy beam. That will throw everything off schedule. Put everything behind time. You said time keeps running away from you. That's what you said, isn't it? Don't listen to him. This is not John Koenig.
Linda, what are you talking about? If I'm not John Koenig, then what am I?
Touch him. Go ahead, Alan. Touch him. He's like ice. What are his chances?
Well, you know, John. He won't give up.
What are the chances of his finding that same door in space?
It depends.
On what?
On luck.
Luck. Space. I guess his chances are 1,000,000,000 to 1. Helen, there, if I can. That's very strange. Normally, the human brain swings between alpha waves and beta waves. Sometimes lambda waves are thrown off. Rarely, very rarely, the lambda variant. It was discovered during research on ESP and other paranormal powers of the human mind. If that thing is sending off the lambda variant...
That it could be affecting some of our people.
Oh, yes, it could be.
How do we find out?
Well, I could conduct some experiments.
John, look at me.
No.
Stop running away.
No.
Look at me.
John, face your guilt. Your guilt is creating these ghosts. Face them, John. Face them. It's raw data. We usually wait until the computer has processed it, Maya. Yes, but the computer's so slow. Only to a psychon mind. Anyway, I wish we were with them. Why should they have all the fun? How close were they before their controls broke up? Close. Close enough for them to have survived impact. I can't be precise. Well, you can predict, can't you? I can tell you what we both want to hear. There's a chance. Right, John. Absolutely nothing has been going on down here on Alpha. We have been all perfectly relaxed.
Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Guess what? I'm totally exhausted. How could I have done all that? Oh my word. And how you guys put it together is extraordinary.
We had tremendous help from a fan in Montreal called Catherine Bujold, who
Oh.
did all the editing of this in
Wow.
combination with with me, but she did all the actual work.
Well,
and she's fantastic.
evidently. And look, I mean, really, it just, obviously I started in black and white film. Saw the black and, not silence like we had for a moment.
Right.
The black and white, the early days of television, the whole curve of television till where it is today, which is kind of troubled and nobody knows what's gonna happen. But thank you. I was like, how could I have done all that? It's been wonderful, obviously. Hi, Charlie.
Nice job.
Hi.
You're such a
Everyone's a critic.
Were there
God.
any little bits of that?
Oh, everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Bits about what? What?
Any little bits that you hadn't maybe seen in a long time that sort of
quite
struck
a few.
you?
Quite a few I've
Yeah.
never seen at all.
Oh, wow.
And I said, oh, what's that? And all kinds of things that were brought to mind, including I was thinking the pilot we did, or the first episode of Spade. It was a very interesting thing. It gives you the life of actors. There was a young man who was struck by radiation sickness, was hired because he had there was another actor playing the role who'd been sent to have what's called a milk eye by the people who made,
Contact lenses.
Contact lenses. In those days, they were hard lenses. They weren't the soft lenses yet. And that actor got sick, so they had to replace him. And the actor who replaced him had to have the same size eye.
Because they already had the contacts.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty funny for a reason to be cast for something because your eye fit the contact lens of the guy? Never mind. That's just a little thought that went through my mind. And I thought, that's funny. Nobody knows that when that happens. Only the poor guy who had to come in and fit the right eye. Anyway, that was so many things. Throwing all those things at Dick.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That was live, and we never practiced it. And I told him, I won't hit you. The boys used to let me pitch softball when I was a kid. Now for the boys to let a girl pitch, I had to have good aim. Or they wouldn't let you on the lot, right? So I said to him, I won't hurt you. I promise you. He was a little worried because we never practiced it. And they had all these breakaway objects, they're called. They're made out of stuff that'll come apart. And I don't know how many I threw, a lot.
A lot.
I never counted them. And I did not hurt him. Was never sure if I would or not.
The fear was real.
Yeah. I got would catch him I never hurt him. And he was very grateful for that. But he took all the hits because he was very physical to do that. Anyway, that was live, on air, in front of an audience, and never tried before. So you had to be kind of, scared and do it, which we did.
But that was a really long scene as well.
It was, and it was a fun scene because we had to find a character that in some ways, otherwise he's a terrible guy, that she has to be a bit of a twitch, so to speak, in some way, and yet she had to be you could see why he liked her to begin with. So it was a kind of line to find. And it was fun. Lord, that's so long ago. Dick's now almost is 100.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Yeah.
And I'm having a birthday, which is ridiculous. We were kids, and we had a really good time. And you guys, I mean, that's a lot of stuff. How do you manage to sit through it all, by the way?
Well, it was hard to actually cut it down that much.
Wow.
Because there was so much else.
Yeah.
It started way longer.
Really?
And there's, when you're looking at mission or you're looking at
Yes.
space, and you're thinking, how much more can I cut out of that? It gets really, really difficult. And the other career pieces, like there were lots of projects, lots of films and television that you did that isn't there, obviously.
Yeah,
Because
I
we had to be really, really picky with it in terms of what got in. But what stood out to you guys? What pieces inspire, you know, questions from you. Barbara taking up topiary with a chainsaw.
How do you like that?
I want to try that.
And the young man that was with me, who played my son, was J.D. Salinger's son. And J.D. was like a god of our generation with what he wrote. And he was a mystery kind of guy because he disappeared. And I decided I would not ask him anything about his father because people would ask, it's not fair. My kids would get asked about us, so I kind of decided ahead of time I would not. He managed to tell me things anyway, which I won't tell you. But it was interesting because you know, we all grew up with everything he ever wrote, Salinger, and he was, you know, really important to my generation. And then he disappeared. And here was this very nice young man who was his son. So it was kind of fascinating to even meet him and think about that, you know.
Yeah.
But I won't tell you what he said. Not nice. No, I don't mean the things he said weren't nice. It's not nice of me to talk about him, is what I mean. I'm just not good at that. That's not my thing. You gotta get gossip from somebody else. I'm not a gossip person.
So were the questions? Yes, over there.
So Barbara, you and Marty did a pilot in '73 called Savage. Can you tell us a little more about that one?
Called
Savage.
Yes, with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Who had his 26th birthday on the set. All the guys sang happy birthday. They brought a cake. He was a baby boy. It was wonderful.
Was it like a
It was
backdoor?
very interesting. We shot it. He shot it very well. He made a really good pilot out of it. And it was scheduled on the air. And then it was bounced off. Because the network got very itchy about the fact that the show was investigating politicians. Get it?
Yeah.
So shortly thereafter, Watergate broke. I think it was related.
Yeah. But you and Marty did
So
a
they
great job.
yanked it.
You
It
did a
was
great job.
scheduled, and then they yanked it.
It was wonderful. I watched it several times. It's really great.
Yeah, it was well done. Very well done. Levinson and Link wrote the script. A woman named did the costumes, which were beautiful. Who was the Hamburger Hamlet wife? If anyone in LA knew what the Hamburger Hamlets were, those restaurants, yes. And she designed under the name Cardinale. And she did all the clothes, which were fabulous. Everything about it, the helicopter shot, him arriving all the time, the sense of live television. Spielberg got very well, and he was wonderful. He had just done Jewel, and nothing else. He had not yet done Jaws. So he was asked, Universal asked him, he really didn't want to do it, but then when he got engaged, he was very with us. And he had just done that one film called Jewel, and he was a baby boy, particularly at that time for the movie studio. I mean, today there are young people showing up, doing extraordinary things. Not at the time, you couldn't even get the studio gate. It was all very locked off and very studio oriented. Now it's all in the coffee shop. Everybody's writing a script in the, you know, all the coffee shops, everybody. And everybody's making film, absolutely everybody. It's a thing to do between your phones and how the generations have been brought up with film. There weren't at such film schools, all those were new. We learned doing it.
Thank you.
So, anyway, was that a question I answered?
You did, yes. There was another hand over
Oh,
here.
that's
So,
Charlene.
Charlene.
Yes.
Yeah, I wrote it down. You've lived abroad for extended periods.
You have to speak up a little more, honey.
You've lived abroad.
I've
for
lived abroad, yes,
several
indeed I
extended
have.
periods in London and Rome.
Yes.
And I'm curious, did that change your perspective on yourself, on America? And what did you learn from living overseas?
Everything. No question. Extraordinary life. The interesting things were all the things that happened off the set. You live in Rome, you learn really fast that Tuesday or Wednesday was sort of the same day. If you had an appointment, I had an appointment, for instance, with an ear doctor. I went there and he wasn't there, so I knew to come back the next day. And I walk in and I ask him, "Per favore, guardi orecchio." And he says, "Oh, ma signora. Oh, ma signora, che occhi bella." Huh? He's saying, "What beautiful eyes you have." I say, "Grazie, prego. Ma oh, it's like the sea, like the foam, like this, like that. Your eyes, your eyes, your eyes." He never looked at my ear. I came home, Martin said, "What do you say about your ear?" He said, "I have beautiful eyes." Fortunately, nothing bad happened to my ear. But given that, that was the whole kind of crazy things that kept happening all the time. There were always incidents that one had to deal with. A lot to do with language, a lot to do with culture. I loved all of that. I was, kid grew up in the Midwest. We had books that had pictures of things. I never thought I would see the pyramid. Wow. I still say sometimes when I've seen the pyramid. And as a matter of fact, one day, these are the funny things that happened. I met a woman at a party here in Los Angeles, very glorious, kind of grand Christmas party, I think it was. Nobody was talking to her, so I sat down and she said she was Egyptian. I said, "Oh, I've been to your country." And I said, "Oh, I've seen the pyramids." And she said, "Ah, the pyramids." Oh, everybody talks about it, the pyramid. Can you imagine going, "Yeah, pyramid"? Looking at her like, well, I guess that's just hometown to her, and she thought it was boring. Okay, but those are the moments. They're all fragments and all little things that happen, and seeing people, how they behave with each other, how in England there's no sun. They don't have, twice a year the sun shows up, they get out in the park, they put out a little handkerchief on their head and burn. All burned. And happy because they got the sun. The most common logo in England is a picture of the sun. On garden gates, on everywhere there's a sun. It's like, oh, the sun. Well, I grew up in Chicago. I wasn't surprised if it rained every day. It didn't bother me. It was a cupcake compared to Chicago because it never got its bitter cold. But they were always apologizing for the weather, which of course you can't do. You have nothing to do about it. And the same thing in Seattle. I played, which is again a whole other, our country. And even this Los Angeles, when I first came here, was like a foreign country. I had no idea what kind of place I was in. I was came with a Broadway play, and there were no tall buildings. One or two down. The horizon was on the ground. The sky, you didn't have to do this. The sky in Chicago, there's the sky. The sky in New York is up there. What's it doing on the ground? Oh, sky on ground, okay. People were wearing Hawaiian shirts for real. Well, I came from the East. We didn't think of a Hawaiian shirt as something to wear in the street. Oh my, the whole place looked like a country club. It was very strange. All the women wore white or pink. And we were from the East, it was beige or black, People, I really would have thought I was in a foreign land if people didn't speak English here. It was so weird. And there were one museum in Pasadena. I finally found that UCLA had dance concerts and extension classes. There were things to do here where you couldn't find anything without a car. You had to go drive. I had to learn to drive. I grew up in cities with public transport. I didn't have to drive. And oddly enough, like my mother didn't drive, the father drive. drove at the time. I go back a little bit, folks. So when the car was mostly the male part of the, family. So given that, all those things were very strange here. Particularly, I don't know who's native here, but you're all much younger, so it had changed a great deal since then. The building started, I've seen every big building here built. I can tell you exactly when that Wilshire corridor went up, or what happened downtown, which was under Bradley. All kinds of different things that they were 2 stories, 3 stories, single family homes, an incredible sense of post-war optimism. People came from all over who had been here, men had been in the army, they're based, and they said, look at that place, look at that weather, look at them oranges, It was like, and there were floods and floods of families from the Midwest primarily, South. And so it was like a new place, very new. And of course we had the chance then to make a really spectacular city, which we did. We made a mess, like we just do, where everything's crazy with the freeways and all the rest of it. Anyway, why did I get into that? Oh,
Charlene asked about
living in different places.
Living in different places.
So everything was, we got to London and there was the IRA was bombing. So the first week the kids went to school and they came home and they said they were evacuated from school. I said, what does that mean? Well, they kicked you out of school because the IRA came. I said, what? Or the police came and took us out of school. I said, well, where did they take you? And they said, to the temple down the street. I said, oh, that's good. Who's not shooting at the temple at that moment? It was all very scary. But everybody got used to it. And we were used to being in a theater, and the police would come on the stage and say, it's a bit awkward, but you've got to leave the theater. And everybody get up, nobody'd rush. A lot of these theaters were underground and it's difficult to get, and they'd take their time, and we'd exit, we'd stand in the rain, because it was always raining, and they'd come back and the show will commence, see, and it would start over again. So that was a way of life, dodging the IRA at the time. We had that extra thing going on that wasn't so much fun, but there it was. So all those things had, well, I'll tell you another funny thing in England. On the set, this does relate to the set. I asked them, the camera, what shot are you holding? It's close up, and they'd say, you're Charlie. I said, huh? What? Well, from your bosom up. Why? Because every bosom in the land was declared his by King Charles II. And when a guy would look at a woman, somebody else said, hey, take your eyes off, them's Charlie's. So that was that. Oh, Charlie. Okay, we don't say that here, obviously. So culturally, known things there would become, and then I found out that the English basically, if the word was for a tin can, we ended up saying it was a can of soup, and they ended up saying it's a tin of soup. So that I find those two words had been split in the language. It was interesting to me to track that all the time, because I'm a word nut. So I would hear that. All that stuff, we just, and I got so used to hearing the speech there, that we go to the theater, we saw a thing called Billy Budd, I'm not sure, with a wonderful young actor, and at the break, we were out in the lobby, and the people said, oh dear, because it was about a lower class kid, I don't understand the word. We understood it. We got used to it. It was very funny. And then there was things like this. There was a show called Upstairs, Downstairs. Yeah. Okay. So later on they replayed it. And there was a letter to the Times. Oh, thank you ever so much for playing upstairs, downstairs. We so enjoy it. We watch it upstairs. The staff watches it down. So, you know, those kind of things affect you. You see them, you think about the life a person leads in that kind of situation. We went to Egypt. Besides the pyramids, there was a man with a carbine in every corner. With a bunch of bullets. That doesn't feel so usual. And it was a little scary times there. And very uneasy in the streets with all this. Same thing in France at the time. We were not used to armed people. So Paris, they had a hip gun. England at that point, they did not. So when we first went to France with the kid, look, there's a gun. They were absolutely horrified, and we were a little uneasy as well. So everything changes. Everything about your own relationship. Being in a country that you're not native to, you can see it in a way the people there can. And it's, or I don't know, they see it differently because they accept certain things. And you're looking at it, or at least I was, fascinated by all the different ways of life and what the food and just everything. So yes, it's a big, no matter what, how can it not affect you? Half of you were born in Los Angeles, not a lot, so you come from other places. And right away it affects you. Where you came from, where you got, how did you get to, and what is the difference between where you grew up in Michigan and LA? Start with the weather. So, you know, everything has an effect on where you are. Sorry, I went on. I can go on another hour by that.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say, you're a very big proponent, and you.
I'm sorry, honey.
You're a very big proponent of reading, and you've done a lot
Yes.
in terms of encouraging people to,
Yes.
reading in schools and stuff. Do you have a favorite genre of book? Romance, history, that kind of thing. I'm a massive reader as well, so.
Well, it changes through the years. I don't read novels much anymore. I did as a kid. Every novel ever written, I fell in love with Victor Hugo.
Oh, yes.
Oh God, and I learned French because of it. I thought I was going to learn French when I was about 15. I was kind of a nerd kid. We didn't have the word then. I don't know. The one they call me bookish.
Yes.
I was bookish, whatever that meant. Okay. It changes through the years. I mostly read biography or philosophy now, more than anything. Novels informed oddly enough, because I was never geared to going on the stage. That was not what I thought I would do. I could have very happily been a teacher or a librarian. I've been happy in a bookstore, a book place, I think. But given that, I read, and all those characters were so alive to me. I mean, wasn't I Anna Karenina standing at the railroad track and the guy never showed up? And I cried. So all of them were part of me. I thought they were alive. I really thought they were. Until one day walking down the street, I saw somebody that was like, oh, she was like my Snow White. And she's walking down Fifth Avenue, looks like the way I pictured Snow White. And I started realizing, oh, I made that up. I did not think, I thought they were real. That's how important they were. All the characters in books were my friends and real. And I think they ultimately informed me as an actress. Because I related to all those different lives. Tess of Duberville. All the girls were always trouble. The boys were heroes. I was told by the librarian, and I guess the first time I got a library card, which I could still see, had my name on it. I was a person. I had a thing with a name on it. I made me very official. I felt swell. I went to the library and she said, I couldn't read those books, they're boys' books. Wow. Why? She said, they're adventure books. oh, I can't have adventures. So I said, I'm gonna read every book that's there. Dr. Dolittle was forbidden. It's a boys' book. What? They don't do that anymore, but that, or they're maybe back to that, I don't know.
Depends where you live.
Yeah, but all those books, everything about reading. I'll read any print. I don't care if it's a cereal box. I will go to, I don't like them on the, whatever devices. No, I like a book. I like to hold a book. I like to turn the pages.
Do you like the way they smell? Because
Everything about it. Everything about a book. I actually get a kind of almost visceral pleasure of the words going into. They're delicious. It's like yum yum a book. Go figure.
I turned my upstairs, what normal people would use as a living room with a TV, ours is a library.
Yeah.
So, and it's a tiny house, so like it's crowded with books.
That's good. It's a very particular pleasure. The kids today don't read much. They look at TikTok or something else.
It's images versus
and by the way,
in imagination.
They've done some studies recently that if you're looking at a screen, the brain activity is a certain minimal activity. If you're in a live theater, is going on in your brain. There's something necessary about us connecting live to each other. And it's getting lost, it's very difficult. And we have to kind of think about that, because not a good idea. I don't know what's gonna happen to a generation that doesn't read. We just don't read. It's like my granddaughter, she's not a reader. She's a volleyball player. Okay, that's good, but reading is not like a passion anymore. And they don't write cursive. What is that? They can't even write a signature. So nobody has a signature anymore? I don't get it.
They gone back to X? Like,
yes. I guess it's not gonna be needed. You're not gonna, a handprint or iPrint or something. I guess that's why.
Zeros and ones.
Huh?
Yeah, zeros and ones.
But you can't read historical documents. I
Yeah.
mean, you can, but not in their original
Yeah,
form.
and
No.
that's something.
Or illuminated manuscripts.
Oh,
I
yes.
love reading. Things like that. Nobody likes, but I like them. You
I
like
do too,
it.
that's why I asked the question.
Yes, I'm saying, I get it. Anyway, it's a special thing. Maya, you read. She's a reader. Friend who's with me. She's a reader. She's always got a book. Book's a friend.
Do you have a favorite book?
Oh,
Or does
get
it
out
just,
of here.
well,
That's
but I
fine.
mean, has it changed? I mean, does it go through phases? Did you ever have a favorite book?
I had such interesting, no, I couldn't pick a favorite,
Okay.
but I did have something that happened. I read all of Victor Hugo, Hunchback of the original Hunchback, everything he wrote. I was about 15. And I read one book that I didn't like. And my heart was broken. I had this like, oh my God, was it the same? I don't know why I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And then years went by. It was called Toilers of the Sea. Many, many years went by, and I thought, why didn't I like that book? Was it maybe the first kind of existential book and I didn't get it? Was it something about it that I just didn't get? What was it? So it kind of whirled around in my brain always. And one day I found, about 10 years ago, meaning a long time after I was 15, I found a little leather-bound tiny copy, and it said Toilers of the Sea. I said, I'm going to read it again and find out why I didn't like it. It's beautiful. I still don't know why I didn't like it. It was about the ocean, which living inland, I couldn't connect to. I think more than anything. It was all about these struggles, and the people were brilliantly drawn. He was a wonderful character-driven writer. But whatever it was at the time, I still don't know, but I did read it again, trying to find out what was I thinking at the time. And that's the kind of crazy stuff I do. Okay, sorry,
Thanks.
but I went out of bed.
No,
That's okay.
Talk about reading.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Barbara, I think that Space 1999 was the first science fiction project that you did. Now, going into a science fiction television show after doing so many drama, Was it different for you as an actress to do a science fiction project, or for you was it just the same dramatic approach in terms of character?
I think what you're asking me, I was never a science fiction person. I did know there were some very good books I did read, but it wasn't like the thing I went to. So it was new. And their concept was very attractive. The fact that it was a scientific base, that we were looking for, we were scientists, we were not armed, and there we were trying to make some important discoveries until we make a stupid, or people make a stupid mistake and leave this atomic waste up on the moon and we blow up. Okay, now we're searching for a home. So there was something so benign about it. We had to work with our wits, not with weapons, though we did have that one weapon, but basically it wasn't enough for what we dealt with. So what are you asking me? Science fiction? No, I just embraced what I was going to do. I didn't do a lot of, I know who Isaac, what is his last name?
Asimov.
Was, I knew who those writers were, and I knew a fellow named Bernard Wolfe, who wrote a book called Tapioca Island, where we all changed into no fingers, no feet, sitting around like in eating tapioca. It was kind of interesting. But I didn't have a big history with that. But then with anything I do, I just embrace it as fully as I find my way into it. The question of her being a doctor, I had to make the stakes very high for her, and I decided for myself, it wasn't part of what was written, that her father had cured cancer on Earth. So I had a very big, challenge to do something wonderful in the world. So that's where being driven to do something important comes in this character. So it's more related to those things and the issue that we were on the moon as such. Even though we had a moon suit and a moon helmet.
All things moon.
Yeah,
Good
all
snowsuits,
things moon.
yes.
And there is a relationship to it afterward. You look up at it and go, hi. There's a different kind of familiarity than if you've never been on the moon, which part of me has been on the moon, So I don't know if I answered that at all. I'm
Next
rambling a little bit, yeah.
Next question, Jenny.
Okay, I'll
Hi,
ask a
Jenny.
question.
Yeah.
In that retrospective, we saw some of your sitcom work, but I was struck by the fact that we were missing your episode of Get Smart. And I just absolutely loved that Get Smart episode where you were with Don Adams and Barbara Feldon, and I wondered if you had any memories of working on that episode.
Sure. Do I have memories of
Well, that you wanted to share with us. That you wanted to share with us.
Of course. That was very funny. Yes, Don Adams was funny. Barbara was lovely person. Kind of did not like being in Hollywood. Went back east and never stayed there. I kind of tried to tell her a little bit about what's going on there, but she left. And it was just fun to play that character. It was well written, and it was fun. What's wrong with that? Have a little fun along the way. A lot of those roles were fun to play, to consider. The one who I did with Denver, with Bob Denver, that was another. Dopey Gillis. Good God. It was hysterical. We were laughing a lot on the set. Look, there is the first robin of spring.
That was another scene I had to cut.
Yeah. Very funny stuff. When it's good writing. When it's not, it's harder. Then you have to work a little harder. But if writing is there, boy, that's a gift. And without writers, we're finished. We have nothing to do because actors, we need writers. Which is why I spend some time at the moment mentoring young writers, and we need them, like Katie. It's really important. She's got that need to do that. We need it. So
next.
Did I
Yes.
answer her question? I don't
Yeah.
know, ever know. Yes, hi.
Hello, Barbara.
Yes,
My
hi.
name's Sven Graber. So good to meet you. Took me basically I grew up as a kid watching the series
Where?
in Canada,
Where?
Calgary, Alberta, and I wasn't about to let what was
Thank
going
you
on
for coming
between
here, even when
Canada
you
and
lately.
the U.S. I wasn't going to let that stop me from coming here to see the 50th anniversary. So, my question is, so when you originally filmed the series, did you ever think that by the time 1999 rolled around, would achieve all of that?
No, there's no way to consider that. There's no way to understand the scope of it at all. Even though Lord Lou, Sir Lou, and just plain Lou, Rain, because I knew him through all of that, he was interested in the world market. He was the first television producer whose consideration wasn't only the American market. He didn't try to meet the American deadlines. He did try to use the form. But he created the show for a world market. And that's what happened. And that's what's still happening. And that's amazing. 50 years ago, no, you had no idea. But anybody being affected by it, you aren't anyway. You're doing the work, you're kind of this way, you look up and go, oh, all those people are there. Because you're not in a live theater, you don't have a live audience. You have yourself, the people you're working with, and all the crew, all that stuff, and it has a kind of bubble thing about it, which it needs to have, and then, oh, what? Right. So it's really amazing. It is. It's still kind of astonishing.
Okay, we're gonna take one more question. One more question. I saw your hand first.
Barbara, which was your favorite Space 1999 episode, season 1, season 2?
Ain't no way I can tell you.
So we got a bonus question. You had your hand up over there, yeah.
I was just wondering if you liked the writing better on Space 1999 year 1 or year 2?
The writing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, the first year had some problems with the writing, even though the ideas were very good, because the young, and they were young, we were all young, writers in England wrote a proper form, which was a beginning, it goes up, it gets to a peak, and there's a denouement, and it's over with. That's the dramatic form, but that's not television. Television has a break for a commercial every 14 minutes, and it needs to have what they call a cliffhanger. Otherwise, the audience leaves you. So it's written in a very odd form, and it does work for television. But those people writing to begin with were a little, we had to help them get that. Lee Katzen, Martin, and I, the American, not so knowledgeable about television as we were, had to kind of explain that the way it worked. Even though, as I said, it wasn't made for the American market, it's a television show, which means there's going to be commercials, which is very different than any other dramatic. You don't have commercials in a theater. You don't have commercials in a movie. You don't have commercials in a book. You got commercials in television. Because that's what it is. It's a selling medium. So okay, so get them to kind of get that rhythm was, so you asked me which of the 2 years, that was important in the first year. It would be hard for me to judge. They were always of interest. There was always something wonderful in every one of them for me. So I can't say one year or the other. The fact that there was confusion about quite where the show was going isn't terribly helpful. But that wasn't a problem for me, because the character was, I understood her, and she just was growing all the time into what was happening. So I can't make a judgment about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. We're going to wrap this panel up now. And thank you, Barbara.